Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 13, 2024. And in the news this afternoon, Grange Hill, Westmoreland tense due to gang conflict. The Westmoreland police say they have been unable to confirm that a threat was issued which caused the panicked parents to pull their children from Grange Hill Primary School before classes ended Tuesday. Assistant Commissioner of Police Clifford Chambers, head of Area 1, says that the police can however confirm that the area is tense due to conflict involving two gangs.
We have had a few murders. We know the persons who are involved. We know the areas that they are. We have done a number of initiatives in these areas to include curfew, cordon search. We have some targeted locations that will be given some special operational focus in very, very short order. And as it is right now, our intent is to effectively cauterize the space and to bring back some level of normalcy. We are asking anyone who has information about Ademar Thomas, alias Heavy D, Romaine Murray, OC Barthez, LaShawn Warren, OC Dudeman, to call the police at 311-811. They can call the crime officer at 333-9955, the commanding officer at 822-6840. We're also looking at some persons from the other Warren faction, known as the Ansposi, Orlando Reed, OC Bolo, Charlton Dixon, Tenille White, OC Grabber, and a person known as Leon Grayson.
Tension has been high in Grange Hill following 5 murders over the last 48 hours. Parents and the guardians descended on Grange Hill Primary School in Westmoreland Tuesday morning after they reported they received a threat that the institution would be attacked by gunmen. Clayton Smith, principal of Grange Hill Primary, said that the parents informed him that the threat was issued via WhatsApp, and out of fear, they rushed to collect their children. He said by 9 o'clock, the majority of the more than 700 students enrolled had been picked up and the decision was taken to close the school. With the assistance of the police, the few remaining students were taken to their homes. Grange Hill High School was also closed early. According to Mr. Smith, classes at the primary school could be moved online on Wednesday. He said that the upsurge of violence in Grange Hill is a déjà vu moment for parents who experienced a similar occurrence 6 years ago.
Well, the threat was, according to what I was told, is that gunmen are going to come and shoot up the school. I can't say for what reason, because I have no idea. I was here till late last evening and I didn't hear any such thing. But I know that there is a state of violence within the community over the weekend. Don't know what is the cause of that either. Tomorrow, quite likely, we'll be online as we examine the way forward. We don't know what it will look like within the community. But I'm sure with the fear factor, that is affecting most of our parents, because they really, it's between 8 and 9 a.m. 700 and something students were moved from the school by parents. Then you understand what it is like in the community. In 2018, in one day, 7 people died within the community space of Grange Hill. And one of our students was actually killed at the time. So when I spoke to some parents, they said, "Sir, we don't want to know if it is real or not real. All we want to know, we feel better having our children at home with us right now than to be at home wondering if it is real."
Mechanic charged with attempted murder. A 25-year-old man from Clarendon has been charged with attempted murder after he is accused of robbing a business on July 23, 2023. Charged is Garnet Graham, a mechanic of Trotall District, Frankfield in the parish. He was subsequently charged with attempted murder, robbery with aggravation, possession of prohibited firearm, and unauthorized possession of ammunition and using a prohibited weapon to commit a felony. Reports from the Mapen police are that about 10:16 p.m., The complainant was at her workplace along with a customer when Graham and the 4 other men, armed with handguns, allegedly entered the establishment and demanded money from the complainant. When their demands were not met, one of the men reportedly opened gunfire, hitting the complainant to the left side of her head, and then allegedly proceeded to rob the customer. However, on Friday, March 8, an operation was carried out in Trotol District, Frankfield in the parish, and the premises was searched where Graham was apprehended. Graham is to appear before the Maypen Parish Court on Thursday, March 14. Clarendon man charged with larceny of motor vehicle. A 39-year-old man from Clarendon has been charged with larceny of motor vehicle after a rented vehicle was allegedly stolen on Saturday, March 9. Charged is Moore Taylor, a laborer of Treadmore Park, Denby in the parish. The incident reportedly took place in Ebony Park tollgate in the parish. Reports from the Maypen police are that about 11:20 p.m., the complainant rented a vehicle and parked it outside of his home. Soon after, he woke up and realized that the vehicle was missing. A report was made to the police and an investigation commenced. The complainant and other members of the community commenced a search for the vehicle when it was discovered in a cane field. Taylor was accosted by residents and handed over to the police. He was taken into custody where he was charged. He is scheduled to appear in the Lioneltown Parish Court on Friday, March 15. Manchester Police increased operations targeting predial larceny. Police say operations targeting predial larceny have been ramped up with greater enforcement and monitoring of meat shops, markets, and slaughterhouses in the parish. 7 people, including a father and a son, have been arrested and charged since the start of the year in relation to cases of predial larceny in Manchester. Operations Officer for Manchester, Deputy Superintendent Colin Johnson, told the news that up to last Friday, the police focused on several areas across the parish. The markets in Porus, Mandeville, Cristiano, the slaughterhouses at Cristiano, Berrydale, Comfort, and some other meat establishments, to include the shops, were checked, he said. Based on the number of reports that we have received in terms of larceny of animals, goats and cows, we carried out operations, so it was the Manchester Police, the Health Department, and the Veterinary Service Department. A number of raids were carried out and the persons searched. 5 persons were found to be without food handlers' permits and were warned for prosecution, added Johnson. He said the operations will be ongoing in the South Central Parish to dent predial larceny and pointed to recent cases that have left farmers reeling. On January 11, 2 cows were butchered on a farm. February 19, 2 cows were butchered and 1 injured. The culprits used machetes to chop the cows in the field. On February 24, another 2 cows were butchered, their intestines were left on the ground, and 3 other cows were injured to the point where the farmer had to get the vet to put them to sleep, Johnson explained. 4 of the 7 arrested and charged were for the larceny of goats and 3 for agricultural produce. The judge offered 3 of them bail in the sum of $600,000 each, and they are to return to court on May 13. One of them has taken up the bail, said Johnson. One of the men charged for larceny of a goat was also wanted by the police for firearm charges and was among those denied bail, said Johnson.